Okay. Okay, let's call this Lakeland Shores City Council meeting on November 6, 2025 at approximately 6:30 to order. Kim, would you take roll call, please?
Councilmember Schroeder.
Here.
Councilmember Sam Miller. Here. Councilmember Hatton.
Here.
Councilmember Erickson.
Here.
Mayor Bishop.
Here. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm assuming there's no discussion about the agenda, and therefore, can I have a motion to adopt it?
I'll make the motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to number 2, the consent agenda. Is there any discussion concerning the consent agenda? Without any further discussion, then, can we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to 3, the public comment. Is there anybody that, in the public, that wishes to make a comment here tonight? Moving to number 4, unfinished and new business, consideration of resolution number 2025-06, the 2026 operating budget for the Lower St. Croix Valley Fire Department. I guess I would like to have just a little bit of background. We thought we had approved this last, and it needs to be done by all 5 towns that are part of the fire department. But Tim, since you seem to be the one, right, you seem to be the one that is sending out the emails on it. Can you tell us a little bit, something happened in Afton which prohibited us just sticking with the original agreement, I assume, is that correct?
Yes. So,
Can you enlighten us as to what it was that happened?
yeah, so basically we had 3 big increases to the budget and realized that everything's getting more expensive, especially like lawyers' fees, the accountant audits are way higher than they have been. And we've kept the budget under the 5% for a long time. So one of the big increases was we pay the old fire chief for the market and the metro a pretty low amount. So to replace him, we have to compete with the metro area. So one of the budget increases was to get the a higher pay for the new chief when we hire one. The second big one was with recruitment and retention and the amount of firefighters that we have that are been here for, I'll just say 20 plus years, and who can retire whenever they want. And we only have a small pool that we can draw from for members, because they have to be within a certain distance of the fire department. So we were trying to get duty pay year-round, and then we cut it back some
We cut it back just a weekend.
to just the weekends, basically because of Afton. But
And
that,
duty pay had to do with paying them for being on call?
yes,
Okay.
but also the other benefit is people are gonna respond to the calls, and the people that need the emergency services, there'll be somebody there. We don't wanna have a community where like, well, I called and 45 minutes later, so we need people to, that at least gave people the incentive to sign up. We would have guaranteed people to respond to calls.
I was the one that put that on the motion there, and that's what Afton nixed. So that was duty pay, we're gonna go 24/7 all year long. So then we'd have 4 guys commit, or 4 members commit to doing a shift or whatever, 4-hour stint, Not all of them would be filled, so then it was covered. So then we're looking at trying to help keep people active and on. That way, you know, it ain't the same people that are there all the time or making the calls. So now we're just strictly weekends and holidays for that.
Yes, and again, like Tim said, not every shift would be, you know, signed up covered, although people would still respond. But, so the cost would have been, you
And
know,
I did the numbers, so it was, right now it's costing, we have 6,500 people in the valley. Can't remember how many households, but I divided out evenly. It adds $45 per household. If we would have done it all year long, it would have added another $45 per household, which,
so it's a small amount.
yeah.
And
And we're
then,
trying to keep members around.
yeah, and then the third increase, was, building maintenance,
Yeah.
capital improvements. We just paid out the building 2 years ago. So it's like 20-some years old, and we have a very small amount of money set aside for improvements. We did have more money there, but then we got a new roof put on, which cost,
225,000.
yeah, was that after the, like, 10,000 we got from insurance? But, so
That
it was
was
like
before,
220.
yeah.
So that was very expensive, and that took a lot of money. So we need a few things, like the generator for one that we still haven't bought. But after we paid off the building, we were gonna roll over into then setting money aside then to,
Long-term improvement.
long-term
plan.
improvements, capital improvements. And Afton asked us if they could get a break. So we got busy, it's been 2 years, when, you know, the other 4 cities were okay with it and approved the budget, Afton took offense to the amount of money that we wanted for future improvements. So they wanna control that. So like I said, we have a very small amount of money in there for a 20-some-year-old building that's worth over $1 million. And there's a lot of things that need to get repaired. So those are the 3 big increases that really push us over the 5%. But realize again, all the other expenses are going up, just like everything else for all the other cities. So, again, so then Afton threw a fuss about that. We brought it down to hardly anything. And that's what they approved, so that's what we go with. So I think most of the other cities already have approved it. I think we're one of the last ones. The new budget, so that was it.
So this is less than what we approved the last time.
Yeah, so this dropped down, I don't know, maybe
12%, 12 or 15%.
Yeah, about, we wanted to get 35,000, okay, so you know, realize that I think that we were spending, or paying the building was about 100,000 a year, broken out to the different cities, percentage wise. So we wanted to go back at 35,000, you know, which would have been, you know, you're looking at a 65% decrease, moving forward. But again, like I said, Afton wanted the break. So instead of doing 35,000, Afton approved $9,000
Yeah.
for capital improvements, which it doesn't make any sense,
Which I
so.
assume is not just their share, but it's the
Oh,
total.
the
Overall.
total, yeah,
Yeah.
9,000.
Yeah,
I mean, let's just say it was 9,000, in 25 years, we will be able to replace the roof again at $220,000. So there's, you know, you get a 20-year roof, 25-year roof, it will take us 24 years to get the $9,000, you know, without interest or increasing in cost or whatnot. So obviously the $9,000 isn't enough, so. But again, we're kind of handcuffed there on that one. But all the other 4 cities were very grateful, you know, we're very appreciative of the work that the members do, and they provide the service and whatnot. So, it is what it is. Moving forward this year, we had to reduce it. And that's why we have to get a new approval.
Well, that seems like a good explanation. Is there any further discussion? In that case, can I hear a motion to approve the resolution number 2025-06, the 2026 operating budget for the Lower St. Croix Fire Department?
Well, I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-06 for the proposed 2026 operating budget for the Lower St. Croix Valley Fire Protection District.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to 4B, consideration of resolution number 2025-07, the 2026 final budget. Is there any discussion concerning that, or any changes that anybody wants to make, or? Since apparently there is none.
Well, real quick, this would have been, since the fire department budget decreased, you've updated that in the budget.
No, this is the same as your preliminary, because in talking to Neil, it would only reduce your levy by $1,000.
Okay,
So it wasn't necessary.
yep, okay.
Okay, we're dealing with this resolution number 2025 city budget for 2026. Is there any discussion concerning that budget? Can I have a motion to approve this resolution adopting the final city budget for 2026?
Motion to approve the 2026 final budget.
I'll second it. Favor?
Aye.
Moving on to 4C, consideration resolution number 2025-08, the 2026 final